Aloha, I'm McKenna Maduli. Welcome to the second edition of PTC-TV. If you missed yesterday's program, you can watch it online at ptc.org/PTC'19. We wish you another successful day at PTC'19. Enjoy today's show. For the quickest and easiest way to keep track of everything PTC'19 has to offer, download the PTC mobile app to learn more about the conference program, sponsors, locations of meeting suites, and a lot more. Search for PTC'19 in your App Store or in Google Play. Downloading the app will make your PTC'19 experience a seamless on-the-go success. To register and to pick up your PTC'19 badge and registration materials, visit the registration booth located in the Coral Lounge on the 6th floor of the Mid-Pacific Conference Center at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. Registration is open every day starting at 8 a.m. Remember to bring a valid form of photo identification to claim your registration badge and materials. PTC'19 is made possible in part by the generous contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'19 Platinum sponsors. Thank you for your support.
Our world moves ever faster, and wonders never stop. Help arrives before disaster, and funds can save a crop. Mighty drills know when to dig before the markets do. Brilliant minds can make it big, with smart advice to see them through. You can make the world your office, know when packages arrive, tailor what your network offers, use machines to stay alive. You can keep track of your fleet, help your city run on time, do things better on the beat, protect yourself from cybercrime. For technology is wondrous. It can take you far and wide. It creates a future boundless, helps your business make bold strides. In global markets or down under, we'll be there to help you strive. And together, we'll do wonders. For together, we can thrive.
Welcome to today's edition of What's Happening Today at PTC'19 for Monday, January 21st. Thank you to everyone who joined us at the PTC'19 opening reception. Today we kick off the PTC'19 center stage sessions in the Tapa ballrooms at the Tapa Tower, representing top industry leaders and innovators. Today's sessions are sponsored by NexusGuard. Join us at 9:10 a.m. as Charles Myers, CEO and President of Equinix, leads us off with enabling digital transformation in a cloud-first world. Mr. Myers will discuss how digital transformation is enabled through interconnected digital infrastructure at the digital edge. At 9:50 a.m., Marissa Trissolino, Chief Executive Officer of CMC Networks, will present Africa's Trending Transformation, sharing her insights on how continued investment and technological demands transform the continent, while exploring how continued growth at an exponential pace will reshape Africa, its relationships to Asia-Pacific region, and the world. Following at 10:10 a.m., Steve Collar, President and CEO of SES, will present Vision for Connectivity in the Pacific. In this session, learn how SES has built a unique infrastructure and service capability designed to respond to the insatiable demand for data. Connecting people, countries, and regions has always been at the center of international telecommunications policy. At 11:10 a.m., Malcolm Johnson, Deputy Secretary General of ITU, will be interviewed about challenges in international policy. Today's morning sessions will close with remarks by Senator Brian Schatz, Senior U.S. Senator from Hawaii, at 11:35. As the lead Democrat on the Communications, Technology, Innovation, and Internet Subcommittee, which oversees matters relating to the telecommunications industry, Senator Schatz will share his perspective on what he sees as the key issues in the industry. Rejoin us in the Tapa Ballroom for the afternoon PTC'19 center stage sessions, continuing at 2 p.m. with Issues and Opportunities at the Application Layer. Longtime industry thought leaders Peter Coffey, VP for Strategic Research, and Richard Witt, President of Nets Edge LLC, will be panelists engaging in a far-reaching discussion on the trends, opportunities, and pitfalls of this new world. Following at 2:25 p.m., enjoy the lively discussion AI, IoT, and 5G for innovative industry development and the future of the digital society. Panelist Jun Marai, Professor of Faculty of Environment and Information Studies at Keio University, Robert Pepper, Head of Global Connectivity Policy and Planning for Facebook, and Yoshiaki Takeuchi, Director General for Cybersecurity at Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, will explore the current explosion of technology, its history, and its impact. Rounding out the afternoon of PTC'19 center stage sessions at 3:10 p.m. will be Digital Transformation and Integration. What's next? In this interview, Oliver Camplin-Warner, CEO International of Telstra, will discuss the keys to digital business platform strategies and how those already leading these efforts are driving market success. Finally, women attending PTC'19 are invited to the PTC Women's Reception at the Rainbow Tower in the Duke Kahanamoku Suite on the 31st floor. PTC offers this forum for women to network with other top women business leaders, reconnect, and participate in candid, thought-provoking conversations. Join fellow women to talk about careers, industry insights, challenges, and opportunities facing women in the industry today. Making a difference in the Pacific region through ICT is the backbone of the Pacific Telecommunications Council. PTC focuses on ensuring the future of digital telecommunications thrives by bringing the internet to hard-to-reach locations, supporting rising scholars, and training the next generation of upcoming telecom management executives. You can directly support PTC's mission and key community outreach initiatives by purchasing a ticket to PTC's signature fundraising event, the 2019 PTC Innovation Awards Gala. Please visit ptc.org/gala for more information. That's it for today's edition of What's Happening at PTC'19. We'll see you tomorrow with more details and insights for Tuesday, January 22nd. Have a great day and mahalo. PTC'19 is made possible in part by the generous contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'19 Gold sponsors. Thank you for your support.
Chayora is developing hyperscale, world-class designed and operated data center campuses in China. 800 million people are online in China, and growth is accelerating, with China now processing 11 times more mobile payments than the United States. Chayora can help businesses access 1/5 of the world's online marketplace. We have developed all the necessary connections, licenses, infrastructure, and customer relationships to reach this new market with ease.
Hi, I'm Joe Weinman. We're here with PTC Vision, and I have the great fortune to be able to interview Oliver Camplin-Warner, who is the CEO of Telstra International. So Oliver, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you for being here. And so you're with Telstra International. Maybe a first good question would be, what's the relationship between Telstra International and Telstra?
Yeah, look, Telstra International is a key part of our portfolio. We've got over 3,500 people outside of Australia. We're in over 20 countries, and the growth that we are seeing in international is really second to none, and we're hugely excited by the future as well. So yeah, a great part of Telstra to be in.
So you're here at PTC. How is it going for you?
Yeah, I have to let you in on a little bit of a secret. It's actually my first time, my first PTC, and I'm hugely excited. There's over, I think, 8,000 delegates here over the coming days, and it's just an amazing stage and platform for us to tell customers about how we can help and what we have on offer.
So when you say how you can help, maybe you could describe a little bit what Telstra International is doing in terms of investments and progress and why anyone should pay attention to this.
Yeah, it's a great question, and you may have read some articles in recent weeks around some of the investments that we are making. As I said, it's a part of our business that is growing rapidly, and as a result, we're investing heavily as well. So we've got a 3-year strategy in place, and we're 2 years through that now. In recent weeks, we've announced further investments in the faster cable between Japan and the US. We've also made some investments in the NCP cable as well. And then there was also a Southern Cross announcement at the end of the last year, where we're just working through final terms there, and it's subject to regulatory sign-off, but looking to invest in the Southern Cross network cable as well, connecting Australia and the US. So exciting times from an investment perspective. Over the last 2 or 3 years, we'll have invested around $300 million.
So besides those, just the nature of the scale of the investments, what else I mean, it's great that you're investing in capacity, but is there anything clever you're doing with that capacity, especially given the disaster proneness of the whole Southeast Asia region?
Yeah, fantastic question. Not only do our customers want that capacity across the world, but they're really looking for resilience. The customer's expectation around technology nowadays is sort of second to none. It needs to be there at all times. So we've had something in the market called Always On for a period of time, and that was whenever there was an issue, a cable was cut, we'd be able to route traffic down an alternative path. But that used to take us somewhere between 4 to 8 hours. Now, through a partnership with Ericsson and Ciena, we've been able to take that down to a matter of minutes. So it really is something sort of very powerful that we're taking to our customers. The second announcement, again, that we've shared at PTC is around how, through partnership with Infinera, we've been able to boost the capacity across our network up to around 150%. So that's through the ICE4 technology. So again, a couple of extra announcements we can't wait to tell our customers and share all the details with over the coming period of time.
So when you say ICE4, what does ICE4 mean?
Infinite capacity engine. So basically it boosts the capacity that you can carry over fiber.
Okay, that's fantastic. Well, that's it. Thank you so much, Oliver.
Thank you so much for having me.
The PTC Hub is the heartbeat of PTC'19 and is located at Coral 3. Please visit the PTC Hub where you will find hourly meeting tables, laptop stops, literature bins, phone charging stations, a professional headshot station, smoothie and coffee cart, and a combination bar. Hours of operation are Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. See you at the PTC Hub.
Since 1951, more than 230,000 organizations have chosen Iron Mountain to protect what matters most. Today, cloud computing and the Internet of Things have changed how IT services are delivered. And the right data center partner is key. Protect, connect, and perfect hybrid IT operations at highly secure Iron Mountain co-location facilities. Our proven track record and compliance support allow you to co-locate with confidence.
One of the great ways to kick off PTC'19 is the opening reception here on the Great Lawn. Hope you all have had a blast at the opening reception for PTC'19. This is just the beginning. Meet with the PTC'19 exhibitors at the PTC Pavilion. Learn the latest in systems, products, and services. Visit the PTC Pavilion Monday and Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. located in Coral Ballrooms 4 and 5 of the Mid-Pacific Conference Center. You will be able to access the PTC Pavilion by presenting your PTC'19 badge. The PTC Pavilion is also open to the general public by providing a business card to the Pavilion booth. Be sure to join us at the top of Ballroom for PTC'19 Center Stage sessions where the top industry thought leaders shine bright.
Hi, I'm Gary Kim and I'm here today with Bill Barney, the CEO of Reliance Communications and also the CEO of GCX.
Yes.
One of the better known people in the entire conference, always have been. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions that relate to your core business first, and then we're going to go off script.
Wherever you want to go, Gary.
Okay, so traffic.
Traffic.
Big issue.
Booming.
Booming.
Probably, I think since 2000, like 1999, 2000, is probably the biggest growth we've seen in traffic globally in the last 24 months. So it's actually, you're seeing that with cable builds coming around the world. Obviously, we're building our next cable, but I would say demand is probably at its strongest point that it's ever been. And it's largely driven by cloud computing, but it's also 4G. A lot of wireless technology is driving that as well. So I think there's huge growth, and I think we've got a nice window of 2 to 3 more years of strong demand, I think, before supply actually catches up.
And most people are aware that you are heading one of the largest communications companies in India, and have mobile as part of your portfolio.
Yes.
And mobile's really challenged in India. I think it's the toughest market in the world, frankly.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you're seeing in the Indian mobile market, and what might that mean?
Well, it's interesting. We're exiting the mobile market, so we've actually sold our tower assets, our spectrum, to Reliance Jio, and we're in the process of closing that deal. But I think the interesting thing that we learned was when you have a disruptive player in the industry and ARPU start to drop, which we saw in India, your CapEx per subscriber can go to a point where it's untenable actually to be in the wireless business. And it's something we saw for the first time, and you saw actually 4 operators actually close their doors in a market over the course of 12 months, which is pretty amazing. And is this a bellwether for the rest of the industry? I don't know, but it clearly showed that there's a point where wireless technology itself is not even viable. Even at 4G, when you're using fairly advanced technology with fiber towers, et cetera, there are still challenges. And I think that it's an industry that you're going to have to watch around the world. I think as smartphones start to move and the capital required to build out a data network in the wireless space, plus the cost of spectrum, which has actually been escalating every year with the auctions. So it's a challenging environment. I think India will be an interesting sample. Hopefully it's not where the globe goes, but I think it's a warning shot for the industry.
Now, in terms of the mobile business model, which is clearly challenged, I mean, I think ARPU is not only dropping, I think cash flows have gone negative for virtually all the carriers in India. Government policy always plays a role because spectrum, which is a resource you've got to have, has to be done there. What's the feeling in India about government making business harder or easier?
Well, I think India will have to rethink its regulatory environment. It'll have to think about its revenue share, how the government actually shares revenues with the telcos, but also spectrum. I think you're going to see for the first time, the spectrum's not necessarily going to rise in price, which is, we've seen over the last 20 years, spectrum auctions every 3 or 4 years are actually generating more and more cash flow, and governments, I think, have gotten used to that cash flow. And I think we're going to see that it's hard for operators in a very commoditized service to actually pay those types of fees for those services. So,
it's interesting. We globally started deregulating and privatizing the telecom industry in the 1980s. Really got going towards the tail end of the decade. And we opened everything to competition, and we got more innovation, got more investment, and that's all great. But the one question we've never really talked about in public is what happens if in competition, as in any other market, winners are beaten by upstarts and that sort of thing? In other words, failure. What if the largest mobile carrier or the largest landline carrier in a country literally fails? What happens? Could it happen? What do we do if that happens?
Well, I think it's an interesting situation, because I think you also see the OTTs arriving, right, which are not necessarily putting up the same amount of investment as a traditional telco, and yet are still getting the services and the revenue that actually comes with a traditional telco. So I think that's one of the things that's also driving it. And I think in some of the small markets, they may actually drive the telcos out of business, and it may happen. It's not that far-fetched. I think we're years away, and I think there'll have to be a lot of mistakes made by government regulators for that to happen. But reality is, it could happen, and it happened in 2000. You think about it, how many bankruptcies were in 2000, and it was the same thing. It was actually voice traffic being converted to data traffic. It was essentially people coming on the internet, no longer using telephones for voice, and so the highest margin service of the telcos, which was voice services, and the lowest CapEx service was wiped out. And all of a sudden they had a high capital service that they had to provide data for. You're now seeing that this thing's rerunning itself again in the wireless space. And that just, so are we up for another 2000? I don't know, but it's clearly it's a possibility. And I've watched it in India happen in a very, very rapid way. And it doesn't mean the industries will shake out and it'll adapt. And these industries are, you got very good CEOs around the industry, which they'll tack and take the right direction. But you will see, I think, a reset happening, I think, over the next couple of years in the space.
Yeah, I've been talking with a Morgan Stanley analyst who covers Asia, and he actually believes that 10 or 15 years down the road, the telecom business, in fact, will not be viable for more than one entity in most of the countries, and whether that's government or private doesn't really matter. He says, listen, there's not enough revenue and profit to support any more than one carrier, and most countries have 4 or 5, 6 players if you count them all.
Yeah, no, and I think the other thing is that, you know, the same of the challenges that we felt in the 60s and 70s about getting rural communications so that you can actually bring the entire country up together. So not the 5 big cities in the country, but the 6 through 100 cities. How do you actually make sure that they have the infrastructure so that people can have education and services, and actually those economies come at the same time? And I think you're going to have that challenge again, because obviously it's very easy to build a city network for wireless. It's very difficult to build one out in the boondocks in the agricultural places and smaller cities around the world. So it's going to be interesting. It's you know, many of the challenges seem to come back and repeat themselves.
Always.
But it's that's why we're here, and some of us actually have lived through both ends of it, right? So it's
maybe a couple times.
Yes. So the cycles we've been through it a few times.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Bill, fascinating as always. Thanks for being here with us.
Thanks, Gary. Good to see you.
And thanks for watching PTC TV.
DR Fortress, located in Honolulu, is Hawaii's largest carrier-neutral data center and cloud computing services provider. Our mission is to provide operational resiliency, reliability, and scalability for our customers' mission-critical systems so they can focus on their core business. DR Fortress provides the highest level of physical security with 24/7 manned security guards and CCTV surveillance. The DR Fortress facility is engineered with advanced and redundant electrical and cooling systems designed to support the latest high-power density servers. Our 50,000 square foot data center is located well outside flood and extended tsunami zones and has been built to withstand natural disasters. With 500 cabinets and private cages available to customers, DR Fortress is the largest data center provider in the state. Contact us today for more information or to arrange a free facility tour.
PTC'19 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'19 silver sponsors. Thank you for your support. Connecting with the PTC community is easy. Follow PT Council on Twitter and use the hashtag PTC'19 to join the conversation online. Also follow Pacific Telecommunications Council on LinkedIn and like PTC on Facebook.
September we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone.
Each year, PTC offers a forum to network with other top women business leaders, reconnect, and participate in candid, thought-provoking conversations. Join fellow women to talk about careers, industry insights, challenges, and opportunities facing women in the industry today at the PTC Women's Reception on Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Rainbow Towers Duke Kahanamoku Suite on the 31st floor. We look forward to seeing you there.
Hi, I'm Joe Weinman, and we're here on PTC Vision, and we're fortunate enough today to interview Raymond Tong, who's the CEO of SUNeVision. So without further ado, Raymond, what is SUNeVision and why are you here?
Yeah, SUNeVision, we are the largest data center operator in Hong Kong. We operate 5 data centers today, and we acquired 2 pieces of land early last year. The more well-known one is called Mega I, which is a carrier-neutral facility with the most highly connected data center in Hong Kong.
So why is it the most highly connected? Why does anyone go to you as a data center provider?
Yeah, we started 20 years ago in Hong Kong, and with a gradual build-up of, especially with the internet evolving, a lot of telcos, for example, there are today 200 telco operators operating there. And we also, with 13 subsea connecting into Hong Kong, 10 of them are actually have city pops in our data center. So we are the mostly highly connected.
So I suppose that if, let's say, a US cloud provider, for example, wants to gain access to the greater China market and Southeast Asia broadly, is Hong Kong advantageous, or is it an uphill battle?
Definitely. Hong Kong is being part of China. So a lot of operators coming into Hong Kong, addressing the greater China market actually makes sense to have a stop in Hong Kong. At the same time, addressing the rest of Asia, because the fact that we are so connected in Asia, being a Chinese company, also going out, reaching out to the rest of the world, it's a good gateway. So as you mentioned, the cloud players, all the major cloud players, whether in the world or also from China, operating with us and working with us.
So obviously Hong Kong Island is fairly constrained. So what, from a business continuity and disaster recovery perspective, would one do? Like, when you think about what cloud providers are doing in terms of regions and availability zones and dispersion, how does that work within your data center architecture?
Yes, today we have 5 data centers in Hong Kong, 1 in Hong Kong Island and 4 in Kowloon and also the New Territories, all providing backup with each other. So indeed, that's what all the cloud companies, when they're working with us, we provide different spots as their availability zones to provide resilience and also backup to each other.
So if I'm a company looking to take advantage of all of this and kind of, obviously, despite some recent hiccups potentially globally, obviously Chinese growth will continue unabated for the foreseeable future. So if I'm going to go in there, I probably have a number of different options, including some of the US providers, some of the global providers, and SUNeVision. So what would you say is really the main strategic advantage or set of advantages that you have that would help me make a choice?
Yeah, well, today we are the largest one and the most connected one, and also being local. I mean, we actually only operate data centers in Hong Kong, so we know the landscape inside out. And our majority shareholder, our major shareholder, is also a property company called Sun Hung Kai, which is the largest property company in Hong Kong. So I mean, from a build-up point of view, from a time point of view, from a cost point of view, we do provide the most efficient solution. And I think apart from building it up, as I mentioned earlier, the connectivity point that we already have the ecosystem, whether it's the telco, the enterprise, or the cloud company, the OTT, all are working today with us. As we continue to grow, we do hope to provide a full ecosystem and solution to all the players and all the customers working with us.
Well, you convinced me, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe.
There we have Raymond Tong, the CEO of SUNeVision, explaining how to go ahead and have a digital presence in China. Thank you.
PTC'19 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'19 bronze sponsors. Thank you for your support.
Welcome to a new era that ends the hassle of having to deal with multiple service providers. Presenting CM iConnect, your Connect All carrier solution. iConnect gives you the most optimal telecommunication solutions featuring all-inclusive services from voice, mobile, data, and China Connect. Take your carrier business to the next level with iConnect today and enhance your connection to the world.
Here are your headlines for Monday, January 21st. In data center news, PCCW Global and TierPoint announced they will be collaborating to offer US-based enterprises the world's first global software-defined interconnection platform using TierPoint's infrastructure with access to PCCW Global's Console Connect platform. CIM Group and 1547 Critical Systems Realty announced their acquisition of 1 Ramlin Road, an existing 232,000 square foot data center in Orangeburg, New York. NJFX announced its facility has earned its Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA, certification. In network expansion news, Cascadia FiberNet Inc. will begin construction on a new 864-strand fiber carrier-neutral terrestrial network between Vancouver's Harbour Centre and Seattle's Weston Building Xchange at the end of this quarter. Once completed, it will be the largest fiber network between the two cities. And in subsea news, Alcatel Submarine Networks announced the commercial viability of aluminum conductor cables in optical fiber submarine systems. The new cable variant is being touted as a reliable and more cost-effective alternative to copper. Telstra and Infinera unveiled a major boost to Telstra's network services for customers in Asia Pacific. As part of an ongoing partnership, Infinera's 4th generation Infinite Capacity Engine 4, also known as its ICE-4 optical engine, is being rolled out across Telstra's Asia Pacific subsea infrastructure, increasing the capacity, agility, and reliability of Telstra's network. And that's your PTC'19 news update. For PTC-TV, I'm McKenna Maduli. Join us Tuesday evening for the 2019 PTC Innovation Awards Gala. Take part in the Blue Carpet Walk, Champagne Hour, dinner, and entertainment. This is a must-attend event celebrating innovation and recognizing the individuals and companies that have transformed and continue to transform our industry. To reserve your gala ticket, please visit the PTC'19 registration booth or visit ptc.org/gala. PTC is making a difference in the Pacific region and fulfills its vision and mission through several key community outreach initiatives. PTC Academy provides training to rising industry leaders. PTC Broadband Reports examine the data of micro-market opportunities. PTC projects promote initiatives using telecommunications and ICT to improve the quality of life in the Asia-Pacific region. The PTC Young Scholar Program fosters up-and-coming scholars in the ICT field, and the PTC Research Prize Awards recognize 2 scholars annually for excellence in research. By attending PTC'19, joining PTC membership, or purchasing a ticket to the Innovation Awards Gala, you are directly supporting PTC's mission and initiatives, giving back to the community, and aiding in the advancement of ICT in the Pacific Rim. Mahalo to our year-round sponsors for their ongoing support. Thank you again for watching PTC TV. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Mahalo.
The cloud. It's changing the way we do business. Push the limits of innovation and enter the cloud into our secure, intuitive, and responsive ecosystem. With our subsea network spanning the globe, we deliver unsurpassed coverage into the world's fastest growing markets with flexible and scalable solutions. We are a technology company that sits at the crossroads of where the future clouds will migrate. Global Cloud Exchange. The cloud revolutionized.